So first I'm going to start out with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. What I do is I apply it all over my face with my fingers. Yes, with my fingers. I don't very rarely use a brush or a beauty blender. What I do is I usually let the primer sit for about 10 minutes before I continue with my foundation application. Depending on which primer I'm using for that makeup application or look, I may or may not leave it setting for a little longer. Next, I comb out my brows with a spoolie. I don't really usually always do this, but I'm just showing you what I did this day to achieve this look. Next, what I do is I take my Makeup Revolution Fast Base Concealer and I apply it all over my eyelid and under eye. It is in the shade C11 and I picked this up at Ulta. So next I also use a beauty blender to blend this out. It's usually my favorite way without using my fingers to blend in my concealer, because I almost like to use it to the blend it in to the point where it's completely matching my skin tone, so it doesn't look like I'm using concealer under my foundation. This beauty blender is by Real Techniques. I picked this one up at Walgreens. I tend to always go back to this brand because their blenders are so soft, and plus it's orange. I love the color orange, so I always tend to use this one. So next for foundation, I will be using the Fenty Beauty foundation by Rihanna in the shade 300. So to apply this foundation, I am using a stippling brush from e.l.f. I'm not sure of the exact name of the brush, but I will find out and list it below. I also picked this e.l.f. brush up at Target. I usually use it in patting motion so that it gets deep into my skin. I start with one side first and then the other. It tends to dry a little quick, but it's an amazing foundation. So next, after that, what I do is, for setting my face, I use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Powder in the shade Banana. I love, 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 love this setting powder. I only use it when I'm going out or when I have an event to go to, but it's amazing and it smells amazing. I picked this product up at Sephora. So if you're shopping in Sephora and you're looking for a good setting powder, this one is it. I use it with a beauty blender. Well, first I use it with the Echo Tools powder brush and in a pouting motion carefully apply it to my face. The only area I do not apply the powder, the banana powder on my face, is my nose, because I like to, when I contour my nose for these type of looks, I prefer to use a beauty blender. So what I'm doing here is I'm patting it in a soft, light hand stippling motion so that it penetrates in the skin better. It's a sped up version, but if you want it a little bit slowed down, I can also do that for you. So next, what I'm going to do is contour my nose, and I very rarely contour my nose, but when I do, I love to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD Concealer. I always find myself going back to my favorite. It's amazing. I've used it forever. It's in the color Toffee, and what I like to do is, I already have a real short and narrow nose shape, so to make the sides of my nose a little more narrow, I bring the lines closer together and just blend that out. I also apply a small amount at the tip of my nose and blend. I take my beauty blender and then dip it in the Beauty Pro Filter Powder and apply it to the sides of my nose, my chin, and in between my brows. That is after I use the concealer. This is what I usually do when I'm doing these type of looks, just because it'll last me longer. I have oily skin, and certain products tend to oxidize quick, or the oil seems to seep through, and if I follow these steps, this literally will last me for a long time. Especially that day that I went out, I went to the San Gennaro feast in Little Italy. I go every year, and it was nice out, but there was just so many people there that I was sweating by the time I left, and I literally was only there for about an hour. So, but it still lasted, and I was happy with the look. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, if you want more information about these products, please drop a comment. I will answer to the best of my ability. Always remember to be positive and nice. I respond to positive and nice, no negativity, and constructive criticism is always welcome. You learn from the people around you. So next, what I'm going to do is use my Smashbox Shape Matters palette, and I will be using this for my brows. The colors I will be using are the color Sumatra and the color Bronze. I mix the two shades together and outline my brow. I start in the corner of the brow and I extend the line back into the tail end of the brow. I do the same with a light hand on the top part of my eyebrow and fill it in lightly for a semi-natural look. So with the other end of the brush, which is the fluffy end, and it's more for an eyeshadow application, I fill in my brow. And it gives it that nice, you know, dusty ombre kind of look, if you'd say. This brush has two sides, like I said. One is slanted and one is fluffy. This is the actual brush that came with the palette. One of my good friends gave me this palette for my 30th birthday, and I love this palette. So she did a good job picking it out. She knows my style. Thanks, Bill. Okay, so moving on. What I'm going to do is now I'm taking a flathead mini brush from BH Cosmetics and from the Glow Face palette by Becca Cosmetics and Chrissy Tiegen. I'm using the lightest highlight shades and applying this to my brow bone. So with the same Smashbox palette that I used for my eyebrows and the same two colors, Bronze and Sumatra, I apply in the outer V of my eyelid with a Sigma contour brush. I think the name has faded on the brush, but I know it's from Sigma. I will get a name for it and list it below. So again, I take those two shades and apply it to my outer V. So next, from the Mega Pro palette by Lorac, I use the shades Foam and Pearl Slate and apply that to my entire eyelid. So from that same Mega Pro 4 palette by Lorac, I'm using the color Moss. It is a green color, and I use it with an eyeshadow powder brush and apply it generously and lightly on my under eyelid. And then I take a small concealer brush, if you may say. I got this from BH Cosmetics also. It came in a pack with a whole bunch of other brushes that I bought a few years ago. I will list those items below. I also have this palette that I was looking for a green color eyeshadow, and I found this in my makeup drawer, so I decided to use it. It is the Paparazzi eyeshadow palette. It's like done for, so I really need to get better shades, but I found this and I figured I'd use it since I have had it for so long. The colors, they don't actually have names on the palette. I will try and find the names of them. However, for now, I'm just using the matte color green, the shimmer green color, and it's an emerald green color for my under eye, which I mix together and then apply. So after my eyeshadow application, I am now going to use mascara and apply this under my under eye. The mascara is by L'Oreal, and it is called Voluminous Million Lashes in Blackest Black. And I love a good clumpy eye. That is my thing. I'm a Jersey girl. Like, in Jersey, a lot of girls do this. If you don't, then okay, that's your preference, but this one is mine. So now I go back with my Glow palette by Becca Cosmetics and Chrissy Tiegen, and in the color Malibu Soleil, I apply this to my cheekbones to give it that more chiseled high cheekbone look. I use this with a slanted contour powder brush by Equal Tools. I also apply this color to my jawline and my forehead to achieve that better contoured look. I absolutely love this palette. I use it a lot. I got this as a gift for Mother's Day. I think this past May. I haven't had it for that long, so, but it's definitely worth it. I love this collab. I love the colors. It's 4 simple colors, but for a dewy, glowy, summery look, it's awesome. So again, from that same palette, I use the color Hibiscus Bloom for my blush and apply to my cheeks. That will give me that rosy cheeks look. This is, I said, like a glow highlight palette. So the 2 highlight colors that I am using to highlight my cheeks, my Cupid's bow, in between my nose, the contour, and on my chin slightly, I use the 2 highlight colors. And then I buff it out a little bit so it doesn't look so cakey or fake per se, but you know, that's nor here nor there. So narrowing down my look for today's glam, I always like to end with eyelashes and lipstick. So for the past few months, I have been using the lashes by Vegas Nay. I absolutely love these eyelashes. Literally, like, her eyelashes are awesome. I love to use them. I use them all the time. And my favorite style is the Grand Glamour. Of course, not every day is going to be a glamour day, but on those days where you do feel more glamorous and want a more bold eye look without overdoing it with the eyeshadow, these eyelashes, they're amazing. So shout out to Vegas Nay. You have a forever fan with your eyelashes because they're gorgeous. And they just spice up any type of look. As you can tell, I'm kind of feeling my eyes, huh? Oh, I have glue stuck on my lid. I hate when that happens. Be right back. Oh, sorry, I just had to fix myself real quick. I had a little glue on my lid. That literally happens a lot. When you have a 3-year-old, you literally have to stop what you're doing every 10 seconds. But I'm back. So now what I do is from that same, again, Becca Cosmetics palette, I'm taking the lightest highlight color. I'm pretty sure it's rose gold, and I apply it into the corner of my eyelid and all the way down just to give that bright look for my eyes. I don't apply a lot, but I'm very generous with it, as you don't need a lot because it's very pigmented. I will always say I absolutely love this palette. I go back again with the small brow brush. I don't know where I got this brush. I think like my mom maybe, but I went in a little bit on the brow bone again. So the final step in my look for today is lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss. The first lip liner I will be using is by NYX. It is the Suede Matte Lip Liner, and it is in the color Club Hopper. So I use this, I line my lips. You can tell, they make my lips look huge, but it's okay. That's my thing right now. Then I use also by NYX, and this is also the Suede Matte Lip Liner collection. It is in the color London. I use this color and go over the brown liner and shade in the corners of my lips. Then the last lip liner I will be using is by MAC in the color Spice. I go over the previous 2 colors, and this time I shade my entire lip. And for lip gloss / lipstick, I am using the Morphe lip gloss in the color Pixie. And that sums up my look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. Please remember to subscribe and also click for a thumbs up. I will list all the products I've used in this makeup tutorial. I really appreciate you taking the time and supporting. I may have just started out, but you have to start somewhere when you want to do something that you love. I really, I can't thank the people that have watched and subscribed. I can't thank you enough. And I hope you enjoy, and I hope it's as easy well, kind of as easy as it was for me to achieve this look. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.